And so 3-2, it would finish. United States managing to get the win in this one. Another one will still be to come. Lots to discuss. We joined now by Casey Keller. Frank is still with us. Casey, let's get your reaction to what you saw today from Pochettino's team and your team.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it was a kind of a mixed side. I think, yes, I agree with you, Kay, that it was a strong starting lineup, but there was also some players that came in, I think, in the second half that we will see start in that first match of the World Cup. But what I love seeing is there'd been some criticism with Pulisic in the second half of the season with AC Milan. He hadn't scored for the U.S. national team in quite a while, and he got into this match instantly, and the team got on the front foot very quickly. And I thought Ricardo Pepi did a great job in his contribution as being a striker that didn't particularly score, because I think sometimes we talk about strikers and you have that one striker in certain teams that if he doesn't score, he doesn't do anything else for you in the team. Where Ricardo Pepi showed that he can kind of come into this side and help build up in the goal scoring. And, but again, for Christian to get an assist and a goal in that situation, you also saw kind of what Serginho Dest gives you. He's the most advanced player is playing as a right wing back to score that first goal. So a lot of good things. And then what I really like seeing is after the U.S. then conceded that goal at the end of the first half, and 10 changes made at halftime, to then that they were able to recover a little bit. The start of that second half showed that they were just a little bit disjointed, which you expect when 10 changes were made. But then to show the composure to after Senegal scored the second, to then to be able to get the go-ahead goal and then hold on for the win, because that was something that the U.S. hasn't done regularly under Pochettino, is be able to see matches out. So I like the majority of what I saw, and some of those reasons why I think they conceded the 2 goals was because of all the changes. But I think it's a big positive going forward.
Do you think the same, Shaka?
I do. Listen, there's a lot of questions about Pochettino's team and or who it may very well will be come the start of the World Cup. I thought as you looked at this team, to start with, there are a lot of question marks, particularly at both ends. I thought the 2 centre-backs probably won't be in Pochettino's first starting 11. Both goalkeepers that he used today, I don't think will be favoured between Turner and Brady. I think that'll be Freese come the start of the World Cup. And then up the other end of the park, which I think is the bigger talking point here, is I thought this was Balogun's position to lose, and maybe it possibly still is. But I'm with Casey here. Ricardo Pepi put in a performance and a relationship and a partnership with Christian Pulisic that all of a sudden gives Pochettino a headache, a very good headache. But I thought, again, it was Balogun's position to lose. Ricardo Pepi has come in. He's shown himself to be a different striker to Balogun, whereas Balogun is the finisher. Pepi was dropping off, linking up play, getting Pulisic involved in particular. The 2 wing backs involved as well, who I think will start or should start for Pochettino. That for me is the biggest takeaway here. Pepi's put down a little bit of a marker.
What did you take away from it, Stevie?
Do you know, I think the 2 most important things about today, when you're going into a World Cup or any big tournament, number 1, go in winning. Winning's huge. Regardless of whether it's your first team, a mixture of 2 teams, your reserve team, it doesn't really matter. When you win a game on your way to a tournament, everybody feels great.
So these are really important, these little pre-tournament friendlies.
Yeah, and probably as important as that is your main man is at his best. Every team, just look at Argentina. Argentina, when Messi's at his best, Argentina play well. And the US are the same. And to see Pulisic today, for when the time he was on the field at his best, scoring, creating, two great things going into any tournament.
I have to say, though, the pitch is awful.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of question marks about the pitches and the conditions of them, especially what you saw in the Copa America 2 years ago. I will say I was at the Brazil-France game up at Foxborough, and I thought the pitch played perfectly on the day, but this pitch just did not play well. It didn't allow it. The ball didn't bounce, and I don't think it allowed for the best football game that it could be. that for me is also a concern going forward.
Yeah, let's get one more point on Pulisic if we can from you, Casey. Obviously, to Stevie's point, he looked good today. It hasn't been his season with Milan, but it definitely looked like his day today.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people have been saying, look, trust in this. He's such a great player, and he's showed that at many different times. And all you need is that one little moment to change things up. And clearly to have this moment going into the World Cup will just kind of have that big relief and that big monkey off his back to be able to say, you know what, I can go into the World Cup now full of confidence and continue what we saw in that first half. Now, the one little thing that might be a little bit different is Senegal were very open and a very attack minded. And we know that Paraguay and Australia will not be. So it'll be a little bit of a change because I think they will have to break down lower blocks and not be able to have as much space in behind where that great combination play, particularly in that first 35 minutes, showed. But again, ton of confidence for Pulisic coming out of that first half performance.
Now, Senegal did have some players out today, Frank, but obviously when it comes to the game against France in the World Cup, it will hopefully for them be a full strength side. How good are they, do you think? How worried are you about Senegal?
Well, you definitely have to respect them, and we call them our cousins, and we have a bonding, with very strong link together. And I remember beating us to the first game of the World Cup in 2002, and they were excellent, and they have the heritage of the elders, and really France will play them with all due respect, because we all know that any African team most of players have played in Europe. They are absolutely fantastic. So I don't see we saw the real Senegal. I hope for them. I don't want them to lose every game, because otherwise, yes, Steve is right. Losing game or winning game is very important before the competition, but no doubt that Senegal will fight hard against France in the first game. And if we don't respect them, if we think that we're going to win and easily win, we can be very surprised.